are you guys doing today? I'm at my aunt's house in New Jersey today, so I went ahead and just brought over some of my stuff. Thanks for waving back. Thank you guys. So I actually wanted to go over a few. I'm gonna do my treatment. I'm not gonna do my Soleil laser today because I didn't bring it to my aunt's house. I forgot to bring it. So I'm going to do a Q&A during that portion, or actually do a Q&A now and do my microneedling at the end. Thank you. I'm glad you are going to respond. So yeah, I wanted to go over a few Q&A things. So the first thing that I've gotten was, I'm on Accutane. Can I use the microneedling? You can use it and you don't have to get off the Accutane. Can I use the microneedling device if I'm on retinol? You should not. So retinol is the no, right? You should stay off of retinol for a couple of days before and a couple of days after for retinol, just because it can, cause like a reaction with your skin. So then with the laser, Accutane, what happens if you are on Accutane in the laser? So Accutane is way stronger than Accutane is way stronger than, the other kind of treatments, and lasers are way stronger. So you have to be really, really careful when you're combining the two. So they actually suggest about 2 weeks, because 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after. It's just a long time to be off of medication. But Accutane and the laser don't mix well, and they don't mix with any lasers well. And that's because it takes a more prolonged time to heal, and it can cause, issues with the healing. So we don't recommend using Accutane and the laser at the same time. And then with retinol, it is also, a shorter time frame. So don't use for 72 hours beforehand and 72 hours after. So you can basically, everything is okay for the most part, except Accutane and the Soleil laser. You do really need to wait like 2 to 3 weeks, get your skin accustomed back to normal, because Accutane's really fixing your skin from the inside out. And so it's doing a fast turnover, and you don't want any issues. Can the laser be, so the laser is harder to use on larger areas. So I try to tell people, because the results on hyperpigmentation are basically the same between the microneedling device and the laser, I always suggest for larger areas to use the microneedling device, because it's just easier to cover a larger area. So with the laser, it's microdots. So basically you just have to know exactly where you're placing them in little order. And so it's really difficult to get, a large, huge, dark area. So it's easier to do that with the microneedling device than to do that. But you can just DM me, Miss Mocha, you can DM me, and I'll switch it out for you, and then send you the refund if you got the wrong one. Let me think. Other questions. So I actually have some other things that people have asked me. How often do you use the laser? So you can use the laser as quickly as you heal. Yeah, if you have mainly hyperpigmentation on your cheeks, the needle would work just fine for you. So how often do you use the laser? As quickly as you heal is as quickly as you can use it again. Sometimes, as you get more comfortable with the laser, you may reuse it, even before that time. But, learn your skin, see how you feel, and then you can move on to using it more than once a week. I say start with once a week, and then you might end up about 2 times a week or something like that. So the needle depends on how, how often do you use the needle? You use the needle depending upon how often you, how deep the millimeter length is here. So if it's, if it's really low, like for example, if it's at like 0.25, you could use it every day. If you use the 5D nano, you could use it every day. But if you start getting up to the higher ones that start to deal with stretch marks and deep scarring and all that other stuff, then you're going to have to, take your time, use it once a week, or even, when you get even to the higher ones that deal with like the scarring, that you have to set the setting to like 2. Then you have to do it, once every like 3 weeks or once every 4 weeks. But that also is provided in the card. Hey, Mookie. So yeah, that's in there as well. So people do ask that. Let me go back to some of the questions that I did have. Does it hurt? Someone asked me. And to me, like, the laser is basically painless. It doesn't really hurt me much at all. I do have a high pain tolerance, but if you can deal with people like a little tiny, like, it feels like a small rubber band. Someone's like pulling a small rubber band on your skin. That's what it feels like. So if that kind of feeling is annoying, but it's not, hey, Tamara, that type of feeling is annoying, but it's not important. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, my life is going to end because of this pain. Like, it's okay. And then for the microneedling, it all depends on how deep it goes. So yeah, for the stretch marks pen, it doesn't hurt until you start to get to like 1.5, 2. That's like with the deeper needling. And that's when you could just slather on the numbing cream, which I do when I do my stretch marks. So yeah, when I do my stretch marks, I just like throw the cream on, let it sit, like while I'm like on Sundays, I usually do it. If I do my stretch marks, throw the cream on, let it sit, and then I'll just, go over it. And I don't really feel it at all because this is really strong numbing gel. It has lidocaine in it, and a higher percentage lidocaine. So I don't really feel it. If I have acne prone skin, do I need to make different precautions? No, not really. I mean, these kind of devices are built for that. So it's not really you don't have to be concerned about it. You have to do is make sure that you clean your devices. So if you have your Soleil device, just, a wet napkin and wipe it down so that you don't, reinfect yourself or give yourself any if you had any open, pus coming out or anything, make sure that you wipe it down. And then with this, I have a video on how to clean the needles. So you take it off and basically put it in some hydrogen peroxide or alcohol, and then it's basically done. So that's the only thing. If you have acne prone skin, you have to be careful about, sanitizing your devices. If I also have acne prone, do I need to take different? How do you know how deep to go? There is a card that I provide when I ship the microneedling devices. And then there's also under bell51.com, there is a how to use your JUA 85 like header. So on that, you can just click it and then it'll have the same card that I send you when I send you the device. So it should be there too. So should numbing cream be used prior to using the JUA 85? Only depending upon if you are doing deeper things. Like, so if you're, like I said, if you're doing, like, if you have like a C-section scar, if you have stretch marks, if you have some keloiding, some raised scarring, you might want to add that because that would require you to have the needle at 1.5 or 2 even. So I would suggest to use numbing cream for that because it wouldn't bother you. How many uses do you see your dark marks completely fade with the laser? I think it kind of does depend on the skin, but I know that people see like significant changes usually around the 4 use mark. So usually by then it's like, it's almost gone. My husband gets facial razor bumps sometimes. With the needle. First, I'm going to go to JJT's. With the needle, usually how long before you see results? So that depends on how frequently you use it and then what microneedling head you pick. So some people don't like if you use the 5D and you're using it often, you actually probably should see results after about 2 to 3 weeks. I usually get like result pictures in around the 3 week mark. So that's what I'm assuming is like when people start seeing like their significant changes, which aligns well with the laser. So they happen the same time, right? So if you use your laser once a week and you use your microneedling once a week, you use your microneedling every day, for the week. Around week 3 for both of them, you should be at the same point. It's just that one is using every day and one you're using about once a week. So that's all. It's just that one is more invasive and one you could use every single day and it's no big deal. My husband gets facial razor bumps sometimes. Does it help? No, not until we create the hair removal. It'll help because it'll what'll help actually though, this will help. The 5D Nano will help. But the razor bumps are caused by ingrown hairs because our hair is curly and that's just what it does. It just grows in like that. So it may not decrease, that, but if he has any pitted acne, like as a result, like meaning like he has the bumps, but it's like, kind of, lumpy, then it will smooth that out. So this is what this is known to do, is to really help with pitted acne, and you don't have to put it on a deep setting. Just do the 5D or the 36 point at a low, like, 0.5 or 1, and do, up and down, side to side, up and down, diagonal, and it should work really well. And so that should be that. Hyperpigmentation, for sure. Both of them work with hyperpigmentation. So I actually have kind of narrowed down in what uses I usually suggest it. So if you have dark spots like all over, right, like just like dark spots just here and there, I would recommend the Soleil laser. And if you have a large dark spot, I still would recommend the Soleil laser. But if you tend to have like an area, like, like some people have a darker area here or have a darker area under here, that's when I recommend using the JUA 85 microneedling, because it allows you to cover a larger area. It'll work the same. They both work the same for hyperpigmentation, but this allows you to do it like really quickly. And if you up the setting to, 1.5 to do it once a week, then, you'll see the results around the same time as well. So it's kind of like how, what do you feel like essentially? How much more powerful are the microneedling laser and a dermal? How much more powerful are they? Okay, so as far as power goes, the laser is super powerful. I have seen, me personally and other people, I've seen results after one use. Like literally, if you take a before and after picture, you can see it after one use. But then it's just that, there's some healing time and things like that. So you have to kind of deal with that. And that's why it's the most powerful one. The microneedling, if you actually use a 36 point with the actual microneedles, this is automated and gets plugged into the wall. So it's charged, it's powerful. Not as powerful as a laser, but it's powerful enough where you can see results after 2 to 3 weeks. And the derma roller in general, I don't sell derma rollers because, and I'll probably do a post about it, you have to put the pressure on yourself, and it's hard to tell whether you're doing it evenly or not. And sometimes people drag it. It's easier to drag it, so then you have claw marks versus having something that's making prints onto you, little tiny needling prints. So first laser, second microneedling pen. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't speak. Someone's from Cote d'Ivoire. What do you do during the healing time after laser use? So I have a whole bunch of natural products. So if I use it on places, for example, if I use it on dark marks that I had on my underarms or something like that, I use natural deodorant. If I use the laser on my face, then usually it's little tiny microfacial scabbing. So if you have any of that, you can usually tap on some foundation, some hyperallergenic foundation, and then nobody really can tell anything. And that's what I do. Nobody really knows that I've done a treatment. And I also try to be more cautious about what parts I'm doing if I know that I'm like going to be going out or that kind of thing. Maybe I will just reserve it for the weekend or reserve it for Monday when I'm going to work and I don't care what people, see what I look like. I'm like, oh, you're not going to be staring in my face. So, it just depends on what you want to do. But yeah, during healing time, you have the ointment that I provide. So the vitamin D ointment, you do apply that. Apply it daily. I would apply that daily. I wash my face, like I said, with hypoallergenic, washes. Around day 3 is when you can start going back to your regular regimen. Anything that you normally would use, even your retinol, you can start using that again. So you should be fine. But the first 72 hours, you want to be careful. You don't want to be like getting in the pool, getting your face wet and bleach and that kind of stuff. You want to avoid using harsh chemicals. So hope that answers. After you did your underarms, what did you put on your underarms? I, like I said, I put A&D ointment, and then I also, since I had to get used to it, but this is coconut deodorant that I used to use. It's like coconut oil deodorant, and they recommended it on Get and Grown, and I forgot the name of it, but I can send it to you. And basically, because it's like an oil itself, it's not really irritating, and you can also still, you don't have to scrub. You can just kind of wash it off and put on your vitamin D ointment and put back on more deodorant, so you can refresh yourself and not worry about doing that. For instance, for instance, if I use the laser on my body, should I apply lotions during the healing time? You can apply lotions. Like I said, it's just like not irritating stuff. So if it's something that probably smells good, then it's probably irritating. So if it doesn't smell like anything, if it's hypoallergenic, if it's, all natural, then more than likely you should be fine. Shea butter, all types of stuff like that will work. How soon can makeup be applied after microneedling? So I wouldn't put makeup on, for like at least 24 hours after microneedling, just because, your pores are open and you want to make sure that it's like not infecting. People have old makeup. I don't want to like recommend to use like your open makeup and your old makeup on your face when you have like little tiny micro pores open now on your skin. So at least give it 24 hours. Before you start, lathering your makeup on. But you also don't have to really hide anything. Your face will be red for a couple of hours. So, it should be fine. What's the brand of numbing cream would you recommend? So there's a fancy one. Let me pull it up. It's on Amazon that I do recommend. But it is... And actually, since I'm already on my phone, I can pull up the deodorant that I was talking about. That actually works well and you don't feel like funky. Kopari deodorant is $14, but you're not going to be doing it all the time, so you can reuse it. And then also the name of the numbing cream that I think is good is I sell the J Pro one, but I don't see it online. But it works really well because it has high lidocaine. I am looking for it. It's really expensive, the one that I'm going to recommend to you, but still, it works really well. Let's see if they have it. So the Numb 25, it's called Numb 25, and it works really well, but it says here it's $43. So, and it has less lidocaine than this does. I don't know. Yeah, so I don't know. You can buy it from me or you can buy on Amazon, but the Numb 25 works really well. For the hair growth, would it be best to use the oil after microneedling? Use it before and after. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, if you put the microneedling on the lowest setting, it kind of acts like a stimulant, and people use it for like their edges and stuff like that, so it'll grow back. Hey, Pootie Tat. So that'll grow back. Oh, someone sent a question and I didn't see it. I have used the laser on my bikini line. Okay, so it's CALTK. Don't get crazy. So the first time when I was doing my research, I ended up numbing myself so much in my bikini line area that I was just going crazy with the laser, and not counting the seconds that I was doing it. So I actually ended up, when I was testing, burning myself on that area. And because I had numbed it and was leaving it on for a really long time, like crazy. So the way that you use it on your face is the same way you would use it on your bikini line. Don't get carried away. Just, but you can use it on your bikini line. Like I always say, do patch tests, try it out first and see what happens. It actually does work. It was lightened after one use. After one use, you can definitely see a difference. The bad part is that you have to shave before you do it because, so this laser looks for dark spots. And so although it's not a hair removal laser, it will try to basically hot comb your hair down there. So you don't want that to happen. It won't go away. It'll just hot comb it and make it straight. So what you need to do is you always have to shave down there if you're going to use it so that you can actually see the dark spots you're going to be tackling. And then also the laser will just straighten it and burn that hair. And it'll smell like you're getting your hair hot combed. When will we get, can you wax? You can wax instead of shave. That works perfectly well. Just that right after don't do it right before you wax and right after you wax, because your hair, you'll be sensitive down there. So, I mean, straight could be cute. Yeah, don't do it for 72 hours before you wax and after you wax, because you don't want it to be sensitive at all. Lasers are really you don't want to mess with that and how sensitive your skin is. When we get the laser that was out of stock, if pre-ordered. So, July 1st is the latest. It takes it's supposed to take about 3 weeks for manufacturing. It's not supposed to, it's actually supposed to be shorter than that. But it's because of coronavirus, there's less people in the factories who are making them for me. And then it's been taking longer for them to ship it. So that's why I said July 1st, the latest, because I've already ordered them. I've already asked them to restock at double time. And it's pretty much out of my hands at this point, but I've placed everyone's orders in. So, yeah, so it'll be in by July 1st. Okay. Let's see if I got some other questions that people asked me. Oh my God. He used it without numbing cream. Yeah, I see some people say that it hurts, and then some people it doesn't hurt at all. So, I mean, for me, I guess I have a high pain tolerance. Will there be more YouTube video in the future? There aren't many when I was doing my research. I will do more. It's just me trying to I'm not an influencer, and I'm trying to get used to the concept of making videos and people seeing me. So I will try to post more videos of and I think I definitely need to. So some more will be coming soon. I'll try to make one by next week. How about that? So we'll just have one more laser video coming soon. And okay, so I will answer some more questions. Oh, is there a warranty on the laser? So you have a 3-year warranty on the laser. It's actually, I think it's 3 years after you purchase it. So you can return it if it does anything after 3 years, and then we'll replace it. And I need to update that into the facts, because I think at first it was 1 year, but I upgraded it to 3 years. Okay, let's see. Does this remove hair? Is a lot of questions that I get. Yeah. And I just saw literally our year, because I can't wait for the laser hair removal. I can't wait for laser hair removal too. I'm going to be using it. So I'll have to wait I'm probably going to have to wait a couple of months for clinical clearance, FDA clearance, all that other stuff to happen, which is why it's not coming out till next year. It'll be done this summer, like physically done, and I'll be using it a bunch this summer. The reason, let me just give you a little bit of backdrop as to why I'm working on this laser. So I got NDEAG sessions. Don't go to level 5. Putty tat, don't go to level 5. Stay at level 9 and increase the intensity bit by bit and see how that goes. Like, don't get to level 5 yet. You don't need to do that yet. Because then you might be able to burn yourself. Is that okay? Like, what is level 9 intensity 1 okay? Like, is it okay? You know what I mean? Like, check with it first. Don't just up it, because I've heard some people say like, oh, I just went ahead and just like move the frequency to this number. And I'm like, oh my God, you're scaring me. So just stay there and just do intensity by intensity. I know about how long to take you. Because I was playing around with it and like, you know, in the early days, like I started at 1 and I bounced all around that thing, like from the beginning, but I don't want you guys to do that. So yeah, more about who are we supporting? You guys are supporting. So I am obviously I'm a Black girl. I grew up in New York. I went to school in the Bronx. My mother is Southern. She's from North Carolina, but she moved to New York when she was really young. And but I personally am adopted. So she was older, like in her 50s, and she adopted me and my little sister. So I have, you know, a biological family as well, and went to the University of Virginia, where I studied biomedical engineering. And then after that, I worked in the real world for quite some time, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And I really liked analytics and still was into technology. So I went and got my master's in consumer psychology, and my PhDs in cognition, decision sciences, and neuroscience. And I was living in LA before I moved right here to New York. So just a little bit about who you're supporting. And I'm, you know, like I said, I just moved from LA to New York. I'm still finishing up my PhD now, and doing research on, you know, on how people think and how people are, you know, how people make decisions in naturalistic settings. Okay. So I hope that's enough, Miss Mocha. I'll try to do better. I have hyperpigmentation on my back and chest. I've gotten the skin pen from before. Would you recommend the laser or the microneedle? I suggest the microneedle because you have to see what you're doing. You can't just be like, I'm just gonna just like, you can do that with the microneedling pen because it'll just improve your skin overall. But a warning is that, like, so for example, I have had a dark spot, thought I missed it, I missed it. I wasn't really paying attention to where I was using the laser, and it really does lighten the melanin. So I had like a little tiny like light spot, and I was like, it became a light spot because I wasn't looking. I didn't put it on the dark spot. I put it on my regular skin. So you need to be able to see it, or else you'll have, you know, a light spot somewhere or something like that. So you need to actually put it on your dark spots. So yeah, the microneedling works better because you don't have to watch it so much. What are the ingredients of numbing cream? So we have lidocaine, prilocaine, and that's about it in this numbing cream. I guess I can try to find more ingredients, but it's in Korean, so, but those are the 2 active ingredients in a cream base. So it's lidocaine, prilocaine, and a cream base. And I guess those are the only 3 ingredients that they have here. Yep, that's it. Oh, thank you guys. I wish I could like send you hearts. So we already answered that, and I think that might be it. No, you should ask all the questions that you want to ask. Um, will the laser lighten your whole face? If you put it, if you use it on your whole face, it'll lighten your whole face. I mean, eventually your face will go back to normal because it'll regenerate new cells. But so the microneedling is used for a lot of different things. And I actually put like a little post up on my stories. So microneedling you can use for dark spots, because different lengths of the needle do different things. So shorter needle length, dark spots, even tones, even skin tone, hair regrowth, and I'm trying to think of some of the other uses you have for the shorter needle. That's about it. And then when you start to get to the deeper needles is when you deal with scarring, keloids, and stretch marks. So when you have the laser, it's only for hyperpigmentation. So it's looking for contrast. So dark or light. So it's looking to like dissipate melanin. So you have to have a dark spot. Like you can't be stretch marks that have adjusted to your skin color and it's all good now. Like it needs to be some difference in color. So maybe brand new stretch marks. Maybe you just had a baby and it's like dark. You can use it there, but it's basically only for hyperpigmentation. Let's see. Oh, well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily use the laser for skin lightening because it does return. So like that little dot that I had eventually evened out like after like 2 weeks, but I was like scared. So I'm suggesting that you don't do the same thing I did. You can get both, but the reason, so my fail safe that I always recommend to people who are like iffy about the laser or using lasers at home or worried about it, or I say just get the microneedling pen because it does a lot more things. And then if you feel like, okay, I'm used to like technology and beauty technology, I'm going to up my game, get to the next level. Cause that's kind of like how I did as well. Numbing cream, is it necessary? No, it's not necessary. There's literally, I don't think it's necessary at all. I've actually used the laser at like its highest settings before and didn't need it, but also I have a very high pain tolerance. So if you have like a normal pain tolerance, you don't need it. And if you're not going to use the needle like really deep for stretch marks or deep scarring, then you don't need it. Let's see. Oh, there was more questions. Have you tested your laser hair removal yet? No, they're still working on the prototype, and then there's probably going to be a few more iterations. So when I get to beta testing is when I start calling in people from different color dimensions. So like they call it the Fitzpatrick scale. So Fitzpatrick scale 3, I think, is like the tone right before me, all the way to 6. So that's when I would start like asking people is when we start getting to B. Wait a damn it. Yes, it works. It works on keloids. But it doesn't, so the huge ones, like I know that there are really big ones that have like have really inflated. And so like they, are now like, I've seen them on the ears where they're really, really large. And so it doesn't necessarily work on those, but it works on like the raised keloids that are there. So, okay, good. Miss Mocha, I am so glad that he will be your new technician. And thank you. You're so nice to me. And Putty Tat says, yes, it is necessary. It does hurt. She's saying that. It doesn't work on KP yet, but the ND-YAG handheld will. Okay. Okay, I love that you guys are chatting with each other. See, you don't need numbing for laser, but Putty Tat, it says you do. Okay, so yeah, Putty Tat, you definitely can use the microneedling device on your kind of flat keloid. So I think I was trying to go back. Hey, Roddy. Not yet. There are lasers for varicose veins, but I think they're really, really huge. And then they also do these cortisol injections for varicose veins. I'm starting to get them. I think they're hereditary, but not yet. You do need to bump into me in these streets. If we had streets to be in, if we actually were able to be out and like live our lives. So, yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so excited for you to use it. Anytime anyone DMs me and is like, oh, are you back in aesthetic school? Do you need to purchase different cartridges for the needle? So they come with different cartridges. So I have one. So I broke down the microneedling devices into one group that has like only 5D nano needles, because a lot of people are like, I don't mess with needles. I mean, people of color usually don't like to mess with needles. So I broke it down so that there's one that just has 5D nano needles, and it works. It just takes longer for certain things and may not, you just won't see it as quickly as using the 36 point. But the other one comes with 2 36 points and one 5D nano, so you don't have to get all of the needles. And do you need to purchase? Oops, that's my aunt's house. Do you need to purchase different cartridges for the microneedle? So yeah, it comes with 1 5D, 2 36 point, and if you want to purchase more to keep in stock, because each one you can use up to 10 times, and if you clean it, then you'll be good to go. You don't need to worry about purchasing, like throwing it away every single time. Okay, you guys are getting it. I'm so excited. Okay. Yeah, I do think that the 36 point is just, so as you get to the more advanced issues like stretch marks and deep scarring, it takes a little bit longer, even with the 36 points. So it'll take like a month. You'll see some really good. I actually have some really good 1 month results on a very deep scar. So there's a young lady who I'm working with, who's a teenager. She's 16 years old, and she when she was a kid, she fell into a glass table, and she has this big scar that goes like this, like all the way down her face. So we've been using the JUA 85 on it, and for like a month, and you could really see the difference. But I'm trying to wait until we get like month 1, month 2, month 3, so you can see that it like basically is like gonna be flat to like nothing. So I'm excited about that. And someone's hating needles. Yep. Yeah, 1 millimeter is way too much for some people, and that's when you can start to get the numbing cream. 2.0 for your I don't think that you need 2.0 for your hyperpigmentation. Yeah, I know. She's so nice. Apple mom, how do I use the needle in that area? So actually, I'm just gonna go over while I answer some more questions and do my self-care. So I'm just gonna put on my my oil, my JUA serum, which means JUA, just so y'all know, is Swahili for sunlight. Every single word that I picked is in a different language for sunlight. So this is how you use it. So the setting for melasma, I think, is at 1. I have to change the program so it won't just be hyperpigmentation. Okay. Alrighty. So I have mine in here. No, the 85 is my birth year. Okay. I use microneedle once a week with you guys because I tend to use it on the higher settings. So I use it usually I'm on 0.5. Not really. I'm usually on 0.75 or 1. And then sometimes I'll do 0.5 if I know I'm going to come back later on. You actually don't control the speed. You control how fast you use. Yes, it's cordless. Yes. And the hair removal is going to be cordless. And honestly, like if I was going to numb something, I would only numb the parts that I would only numb the parts that are like bony. So like your forehead's bony, but my cheeks, it doesn't really hurt. Like my chin, it doesn't really hurt. Maybe like the bridge right here, it hurts a little bit. So like those are the only parts that I actually would worry about. Oh, I need to numb, because everything else is like, if it has any fat, then you're fine. Man. And it like immediately has a plumping effect. So like if you have any scars, I mean not scars, if you have any wrinkles or fine wrinkles, then it'll make them go away temporarily, but ultimately when you use it like often enough, it'll go away forever. And yeah, so I'm just gonna do my forehead. I'm gonna be walking out of here looking red, red, red. I'm in the boondocks in New Jersey today. Yeah, so I always hold on the scar. I do, because I just want to stretch the skin. I don't want, the last thing I want is my skin to be like overlapping, so I try to stretch it out as much so then the needles can go like into it. So yeah, hold on the scar. Yeah, this the speed doesn't change. So Kita, the speed doesn't change. It always stays the same. How fast it works is depending upon how fast you move, right? So if you stay here and then move slowly and then move slowly, then that's how you change the speed. This doesn't change. This doesn't change. How fast you do it is what changes. Yeah. Each cartridge you can use 10 times. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't get the instructions? You know what? I should just put a copy online too so that people, I don't know why the instruction is supposed to be, I should open every single one. I just don't want to mess up any of the boxes. So after I get them from the manufacturer, and I pay people to look at them, each one of them, before they send it to me, to make sure that everything in there is exactly what they meet the standards and qualifications. So I'll start checking. No, no. This is maybe they're talking about this setting here. This one doesn't change though. This one doesn't change. Do you disinfect before and after each use? I only disinfect after each use. So, because it'll be so essentially I put my stuff in the hydrogen peroxide or the alcohol. I take it out. If you have a toothbrush, or you have not a like one you're using, but like an old toothbrush, you might want to brush it out, just because sometimes you can have like dead skin on it, or if you have active acne, maybe there might be some gunk on it. So you just, scrub it, put it in your solution, scrub it again if you need to. Let it air dry, and then when I come back to do it again, that's when I put it back on my device and use it. So you don't have to worry about doing it more than once. I usually like keep it in a towel, or keep it in a paper towel somewhere, like in my drug cabinet. So that might be it. I think I tried to see if I could find more questions that people asked me, but I definitely wanted to address the retinol and the Accutane thing, because a lot of people are on that. Let's see if I have any more questions that people came through with. Oh, wait. Where can I use my laser? Bikini line is fine to use your laser. Make sure you use ultrasound gel. I sell it now, but you can buy it for cheaper on Amazon. So make sure you get some ultrasound gel with your Soleil. There is a bundle that does sell the ultrasound gel, or you can just buy the laser, and then there should be a way to just click and add the ultrasound gel on the checkout. Also, we sell it under accessories. So if you just want to go to accessories and buy ultrasound gel, you can. Okay, let's see what else is there. I think that's it. I mean, those are some of the most common questions oh, you said I see there's a bundle. I thought you were saying, is there a bundle? Jesus Christ. Anyway, so y'all let me know if you have any more questions. What is ultrasound gel? I actually don't know what it is, but it's used for a lot of stuff. And it's used to conduct electricity. It's used to conduct currents. It's used to conduct wavelengths and sound. Yeah. Do you want to show me the settings? Or, you know what? Maybe we can just set up a time you want to join. Let me see if I can add you. KJ. Let's see, Chris. Did I click you, Chris?
Hi.
Hello.
Wait a minute. There we go.
Okay, so it's
Okay.
red.
So I'm going to just hold it for 2 seconds.
Okay.
So now we're on. And you see
Okay.
the pulsing, right?
Yeah.
So now it's faster. Like, I don't know if you can hear it.
Yeah.
And then I do it again. And then it's super fast.
Oh, dang. Well,
And
thank
then
you.
we do it again. And it's super, super fast. It's
Yeah.
like
It's
we're
like
on
a
the fifth one right now. And now it's back to 1.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's
Thank you.
what we see.
Okay.
But thank you so much. This thing, I just got it and it's already, I'm going to have so much fun with this. So I just wanted to show
Yeah.
you that.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so
I'm
happy. This is the
excited.
good news that I look forward to. This is the good news.
All right,
Okay.
that's all I
Well, girl,
have.
okay. Also take, you can go if you want to go, or do I have to kick you out? I don't
I'm going to
understand.
I'm going to close.
Okay. You do what you want. um, yeah. Yeah. I'm so glad. Okay. So I'm going to put this on YouTube because this was a good Q&A and I feel like you asked a lot of good questions. Um, and I was going to say something. Oh, if you take pictures before and after, I send free replacement needles because I feel like I don't have enough before and afters, and everyone's always asking me for some. So I'm going to, instead of just sending me kind words, which I really do appreciate, um, also like try to see if you could track your progress or take some pictures or something, because then I send free stuff. So, you know, that always is helpful. And I love that y'all are helping each other because this makes it so much easier. So I think that might be it for today. Hold on. So you need the ultrasound gel before. Yes. The ultrasound gel is for the laser. Only for the laser. Yeah, the ultrasound gel. And then also for the microneedling, you don't have to buy my serum. I include one free one with every single purchase. So everybody should have gotten like at least a little, even a tiny serum, even though maybe don't want to use it. But you can use anything you want to. Some, like I said, some people have asked me about like rosehip oil. Some people have asked me about like other oils or other things that they buy. You don't have to stick to mine. I just pick mine because it's good for acne prone skin, and it also has a grapeseed oil base, which is really great for collagen boosting in skin. So yeah, you can DM or email them or even just post a review. Like that would be good because I get to see that the review came through, and then I just like automatically look up your email address and then I send it to that email address online. So it does have more than one speed. And she just did a demo. So I'm gonna put this up on IGTV. Just hold it till it starts blinking and then press it and press it again. So it'll be red and green blinking, or red and green blinking. And she just did a demo, so I'm gonna put it up on IGTV so you can see it again. The silicone sheets are for, and someone asked me about these actually. So the silicone sheets are for the Soleil laser as well. Um, I know what you meant. And they're for the laser as well, but they're for aftercare. So people actually face care skincare brands actually just sell silicone sheets like by themselves because they fade dark spots, they fade scarring, period. But it's a use in conjunction with a laser. So it helps to improve the results. You don't have to buy more from me. You can buy them from anywhere else as long as they're silicone. Like as long as there's silicone pads, silicone sheets. Like if you type into Amazon, you can find like kind of lower tier silicone, like silicone sheets or, um, and just type into Amazon like silicone, replacement pads or silicone sheets, and it'll come up. So you don't have to buy them from me. Okay, we got Brandy in here. Yeah, I include some with it just because it does help and it helps with. I usually use them for larger areas. I don't really use them for and the more you have it exposed, the faster it heals. So I use it for like 24 hours afterwards. Hey, Miss Brandy. Okay. I think. Let me see if I missed anything. I love that you guys joined. I hope you were using your actual devices today too, because we saw there was 2 more deaths, um, and it's just so sad. And it's just like you start to get your hopes up and think like the world's changing, and then you see some BS like that. So I hope you guys are actually taking some time to have some self-care. Hey, this is Dr. JD MD was one of the first JUA 85 people, and I just love that she was using it, and she gave me such a great review, and it meant so much because she's a doctor. Next time we'll need to explore these different settings. Yeah, we'll go through it. I'll have to actually go through it a little bit more. Let me see if I can do it now. I didn't charge this thing well. Yeah. Okay. It's doing it, and I just need to stop it so I can show you again. Okay. So you see this light here? I've overused it. My Bell 51 is like rubbing off because I use this light so much. Hold it down. It's blinking. Press it again. Can you hear that? Yay! I'm so glad you're using it too. It's okay. So it got faster. That's the second setting. Do you hear it? It got even faster. It's still blinking. You hear it? It got even faster. So that's 4 settings, and that's 5. And then it went back down to the original. So if you hold it down, it changes. So just hold it down till it starts blinking. And then if you press it, it just changes it each time. So I use the one that actually is, because she needs to charge it probably. It probably just need to be charged because mine has just recently been charged. But it just hold it. So do you have yours with you? See, it's CA_LTK. What's your name? Let me see if I can get your name. If you have it with you, just hold it down and let it blink. And then tap it a couple of times and you'll see all the different settings. Oh, just CA. That's cool. um, so I'm going to head out of here in like 5 minutes only because my auntie made me food. Okay, see? Yeah, so yeah, that's why she hasn't been able to charge it overnight yet. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, yeah. This all makes sense. I love y'all so much. I can't even believe I have like 18 people in this like in this little room. So it's like let's see what else there is. Researching. That makes sense. Is there anything else? Someone, oh yeah, I missed this question. So do yeah. Oh no, I did miss that question. I answered that question. I think that's everything. Oh, so Joyce Hampton, hello. Thanks for joining. I have two products. One is a laser and it's used for hyperpigmentation and dark spots. And then I have a microneedling device that's used for dark spots and also for stretch marks and also for deep scars, keloids. And this all depends on the settings that you turn it to. So, yeah. I don't believe you, Pony LA. I don't believe you. Whenever people are like, my face is jacked, and they send me pictures and they have like two dark spots, I'm like, okay, thanks. You're fine. Um, but anyways, for cellulite, so it does work for cellulite, but I mean I've seen before and afters with microneedling that works for cellulite, but I think it requires you to go really deep. And I don't feel comfortable with teaching you guys to do that. So let me play around with it first before you start, with the cellulite. Moles, Joyce, moles are the laser, but it requires you to like, I would think it requires someone to actually probably do it for you because you got to be able to see exactly where it is, and then take the tweezers, pull it, and then aim the laser directly like where it joins. So that's how you would do it. And I haven't put any videos up for that, but my mom has a whole bunch of skin tags from here all over here. And so I haven't gone over there to harass her because I've been avoiding her because of coronavirus. But I want to go do that on her and show some videos on how to do it before I start telling people to. I can do a demo on the laser. I do one usually every single week. It's just the first time I didn't do one with the laser. But last week's IGTV, I did the laser, and a couple weeks before too. So if you just go to my IGTV, it'll have like them to hold you over until I post the video this week. So there should be something up there. But I'm gonna do a demo on skin tags and moles. It's just coming soon because I haven't been able to get over there. Yeah. So I'll post some stuff soon. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna head out. I think I'm gonna head out. Unless you guys have a question, and then I won't head out. We all good? I'm gonna wait for it. Oh man, I didn't know IG Live kicks you out after an hour. Bye. Yes, Brandy, it's coming. It's coming. I haven't reached out to Jackie Aina yet, but I reached out to a couple of other influencers, and so we have them in the works. They are getting it. Oh, I have to look her up too. But thank you guys, thank you for joining, and I'll look up, tag them or DM me their information, and I'll reach out to them. So sometimes people are like, I already have a skincare line that I'm in cahoots with, and I can't use any new products for a while or stuff like that. But I'm gonna try them anyway. So just send it to me, and I'll do it. But Nappy Head Ajwa, I might look her up too because I've already reached out to other people. Jackie Aina is really expensive. Anya is her name, right? Okay. All right, I'm gonna go for real. All right, I love you guys. Thank you again. I'll talk to you next week. I'll be back here, same time, different place. A few light spots. One Zell Bell, I'm gonna DM you after this, and we could set up a 101.